with us. How are you guys doing tonight? We love to hear it like that. We absolutely love that energy. First, before we get started, I want to say, on commentary, we have the Velvet Bushwalker Stewart and Derrick. And if you like what we see, if you like what we have going on here, we'd love it if you support the Patreon at patreon.com/Unify Wrestling Oklahoma. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this, so thank you guys so much for your support. And we have a YouTube channel. We are less than 25 subs away from 1,000 subscribers. And if 1,000 subs are reached, we will promote a free UWO show. Are you guys ready for your first contest? No. You are live here and you'll be getting shit. I need to know, are you ready for your first contest?
No. Give me that microphone. We are not ready for your first contest yet. I have some words to say. Derrick James was excited to be here until I got here. I see all you Quasimodo head-looking people in this crowd. And all these old heads in the back talking about they don't like me. I know who I am. But if there's one thing in this business I do not like, that is a liar. I have been lied to time and time again. Mike will never lie. The reason why I am here. You shut up. Sit down and pay attention. You know what, Derrick, you're right when you talk about all the people back there that don't like you. That includes the people that run this company, Brent Wall. It took you 5 months. 5 months to get this award to my client. The award match of the year against Jake Chris. One of the best in the world that you beat. Let's see, who else did you beat? Eugene, Sam Stackhouse, the UWO champion, Chris Morrison. Don't forget Merc. Merc? Oh yeah, of course, Merc. We beat Merc.
Did you beat him or cheat?
We don't cheat. Let me tell you something. The only way that I would cheat, you know what? Never mind. You're not even worth it. I'm not even even talk about it. Let me tell you, I don't think it matters who likes us in the back. Because Derrick James is better than every single person in the back, in the state. He's the best wrestling talent in the state of Oklahoma. And you guys see it for me. There's any more you can do about it. Oh, is there someone here that thinks they can do something? Yeah? What about you? What about you? You want to get in this ring and try Derrick James? I didn't think so. What about you over there in the Detroit Tigers hat? Does he want to?
Tell me I did not just stand back there and listen to you give yourself some Acclimated Wrestler of the Year award. Loyalists, do any of you think Derrick James is the Wrestler of the Year in UWO?
then you know that you didn't win that match.
I won that.
Derrick eliminated you, and the rest didn't see it. You eliminated him after he already won. So I tell you what, why don't we just roll the controversy arrest right now, and you put that title shot on the line against Derrick James right here, right now. You guys want to see that?
You want to challenge me for my guaranteed title match?
Say right to the back. Merc, say right to the back.
Now I know that's nothing you would ever do. You would never accept this challenge. You would run and hide and you would cash in that title shot like a coward.
Right?
So I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna put my shot on the line against you. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna cash in against Morrison and become the new UWO champion. Glory be.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an opening start that we've had to tonight's UWO Parade of Champions event. My name is Walker Stewart. I am joined alongside, for the first time, our newest UWO broadcast correspondent, none other than Darren Matthews. Darren, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. This is my first time in Oklahoma, and I have to say, thank the Lord that somebody shut up Mike Andrews.
I have to agree with you there. Mike Andrews has definitely been a thorn in the side, and not only of UWO management, not only of the UWO broadcast team, but also the entirety of the UWO roster. However, one person who has taken a liking to the strategies which Mike Andrews employs as a managerial servant of sorts, that is Derrick James. Mike Andrews has led Derrick James to many a championship in the past, and it seems as though they've goaded Merc into putting his guaranteed anytime, anywhere championship opportunity on the line.
I don't know if that was a smart idea, but hey, if the UWO fans trust Merc, I pretty much got my faith on this man. He will take down Derrick James. Doesn't matter what the pedigree of Derrick James is, Merc has shown that he can overcome anything.
There's definitely differences between Derrick James and Merc in strategy and in style. Of course, the Generalissimo shunning the dissident, as he puts it, in Derrick James. Derrick James, he's a former UWO champion, held that championship longer than almost anyone else in the history of the illustrious UWO championship, losing it to none other than our current champion, Christopher Morrison, who will be in action in our main event of the evening. But will we be seeing him in action against the potential Merc?
I don't know. We will have to find out what will happen in this match. It looks like Merc has got the upper hand right now, Walker.
Well, you're certain about that. Merc, he's taking control. Control the left arm, you control the entirety of your opponent's body, and Derrick James, he's well aware of that. That's a man that everyone in this state used to refer to as the teenage technician, and now he's no longer in those teenage years, but the technician still applies. He knows exactly what to do in that squared circle to get the job done.
Almost like he's Weasel-like.
Potentially so, that's one way to put it. Derrick James, though, taking Merc down to the mat, center of the canvas in the squared circle, the wrist lock applied.
He's already resting. That's not boding well for Derrick's chances, especially with Merc's power.
Could be harmful. You're right about that, Merc. He's definitely the more powerful competitor.
Took that arm right off of him, Walker.
You're right. You know, Derrick James, who started training in this sport at the age of 14 years old under former FCW standout Brandon Groom at Body Progression Wrestling, and now look at where he's come. He's come to Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. He's become UWO champion, but that's not enough. That's not enough for the glory of Derrick James. He wants to hold that championship for a second time.
No, and in all honesty, in any wrestler's mind, even if you're young or old, you want that gold no matter what. And I know Derrick James, he will do anything and stop at nothing to regain that gold.
Stop at nothing. Definitely sweeping the legs now as Merc going for the drop kick, evaded, and it takes one to no one. Derrick James going for it himself.
Merc is on top of Derrick James's offense.
Oh, but Derrick James spoke too soon.
Trying to take advantage of that momentum.
Yeah, that was incredible. This crowd is fired up here right now.
Boom! Right to his backside. Merc has got this Oklahoma City crowd energized, Walker.
There are very few men in the state of Oklahoma who kick nearly as hard as the Generalissimo. You know, this man trained at the Wrestle One dojo in Japan. He's incredibly well-versed, well-skilled in the art of strong style competition.
That bodes not so well for Derrick James. Even though he's taken down some of the greatest in Sam Stackhouse, there is nothing that can match the power of Merc.
Mike Andrews, he came out here and he spoke to the glory of Derrick James, and you know, Merc, he tends to say glory be to many a thing, but not to that. Derrick James taking down Merc with that shoulder tackle.
And would somebody shut up Mike Andrews on the outside? He already thinks this match is in the bag, but look at Merc. Nope, never mind, Lou.
Merc going for it, hip toss of his own connects. And you'll notice these two men know each other just like the backs of their own hands.
It's a blood rivalry between these two, especially for that UWO championship.
Of course, the championship not on the line here at the very moment. That's in our main event. As is scheduled, Christopher Morrison will be defending the UWO championship against none other than the returning Johnny Cove. But for tonight, this might be a landscape changer, if you will, if Derrick James can manage to pick up the victory here against Merc and earn himself an opportunity at the UWO championship.
And he's been trying to fight hard to get that UWO championship. He's climbed the proverbial mountaintop, Walker. There's a lot of different challenges, and I know that Merc will not falter, especially with the power of the Oklahoma City crowd behind him.
We're live here at New Beginning Gym in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in our opening contest here for UWO Parade of Champions. Oh, and Merc, kick right to the chest, square of the chest. That could have stopped Derrick James' heart. Any lesser man would have been taken out by that one.
Yeah, and I will admit, he stopped the momentum of Derrick James with that very stiff throat chop earlier. But, ooh, that chop to the chest. 1, 2, oh!
It's going to take a little bit more than that if you want to put your opponent away, and Merc, he's well aware of that. You know, I have it on good authority, Merc and Derrick James, they used to be training partners back in the day. These two men would get in the middle of the ring and spar. They would fight just to prove who the better man is. Now they do so live in the middle of Oklahoma City for the enjoyment of the UWO fans.
It's interesting how former training buddies and best friends, and I don't know if they've ever been best friends, I'm just trusting your authority behind it, but they can turn into bitter rivals.
Especially when the UWO championship is at risk here. And
yes.
Speaking of risk, this match might be at risk. Derrick James is locked in that crossface and he makes it.
Glory be, take the breath away from Derrick James.
And this is absolutely incredible. Merc is holding onto the crossface. Now transition more into a side headlock.
Oh, right to that stiff floor.
Yeah, taken right down to the mat. And Derrick James finds himself back on top.
How disqualified that man? He just smacked his head against the steel.
Referee Brixton Barricade says it's all legal in this matchup right now.
Well, that was a stiff shot straight to that table.
Definitely wouldn't want to be on the other side of that one. Merc now sent back into the ring. Derrick James trying to do what he can to wear down the Generalissimo.
Right back to that throat. Derrick James doing whatever he can do to get Merc down. And this Oklahoma City crowd is not liking these tactics.
And I can't blame them whatsoever. Derrick James, it's a man who's never exactly known how to play by the rules. He's gotten victories in the past. Will he now the cover?
1, 2, oh.
Only a 2 count there, says referee Brixton Barricade. And Mike Andrews, he's starting to look, the longer this matchup goes on, more frustrated at ringside.
I don't know, he might be cowering in those size 52 pants of his.
Mike Andrews and Derrick James, they came out here today spouting their accomplishments. One of those being the UWO Match of the Year award for the year of 2022 against Jake Christ. Hold on the cover.
That was an intense battle.
Definitely was an intense battle all the way back at the Biltmore Hotel in Oklahoma City, where Jake Christ, former Impact Wrestling star, OVE member, he tried to take it to Derrick James, and frankly, it did not work out too well for him. Derrick James has proven himself against the best of the best that there is to come. But Merc, he is a different type of cat. This is a man who will tie you up and throw you around 10 ways to Sunday.
He's fighting back, and that power of the Oklahoma City crowd is charging him up. And Another stiff right to the gut. Oh no.
Derrick James now whip out of the corner. Forcefully setting Merc. Wait a minute.
Bam!
Sitting
Sits
down.
right on top of him.
The senton only leads to a 2 count. It's going to take more than that if you want to put away a former UWO champion. I think Mike Andrews is having heart palpitations.
I don't know. Somebody call him an ambulance. Oh, Derrick James's chest is turning bright red.
Pectus excavatum here for Derrick James from Merc.
Merc's hitting those ropes. Boom!
Oh my God, that one would have won you the World Cup. The cover. This match rolls on.
He just lifted his hand off the thing, I thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm observing things wrong from my angle right now. That was a stiff shot to his jawline right now.
I will say, we talked about Merc being well-versed in the art of strong style competition. If there's anyone who knows how to match that intensity, it is Derrick James. Can he manage to do it?
Oh, Derrick James is trying to hold it up from that roll-up.
Yeah, trying to hook it in
Merc
here.
is pulling with all his might. Oh, and he weasels a DDT out of him.
A beautiful even flow DDT. Derrick James into the cover. This match might be it.
And Merc barely gets his shoulder up. Barely, but he is not letting up on that offense. Sorry, that is Derrick James just going punch to punch right to Merc's skull. Don't do it. Don't do it, Derrick. Don't go for his throat with the ropes. Oh! That cut took the breath right out of Merc.
Now, you're right about that one. That bottom rope, most definitely strong in nature, and it is right across the throat of Merc.
No, don't do it, Mike.
And Derrick James is distracting our official, and a knee strike from Mike Andrews.
Somebody get Mike Andrews out of here. Somebody give him a cheeseburger, one of the two. Oh, but that weaselly person, Mike Andrews, still can't stop Merc.
Derrick James, he hit him with a rocket kick. This match might be over. He's put many men away with this before.
No. Yes, Merc. Merc came back.
And I am absolutely shocked that Merc still is in this one. I mean, his heart is undeniable. That is exactly why he is the leader of the Merc's regime. That is why he has many followers worshiping him around this great country. But right now, Derrick James is taking it to Merc.
And glory be to that heart of Merc's. He will continue to fight no matter what the odds are. He is fighting with all of his might, getting past that hold of Derrick James. He's getting back to his feet. The Oklahoma City crowd is coming alive, and he's about to hit. Oh!
About to hit him with the KTF.
KTF!
That's it. Merc, he hit it high impact, high risk maneuver.
But Merc is not capitalizing. Derrick has taken the energy out of Merc. This is taking a long time for him to get that cover.
And if Merc just had the slightest bit more energy to make his way over to the pinning attempt, potentially could have ended this matchup a lot sooner than we're seeing right now, Derrick.
Well, look at how intense this crowd is. They are chanting for Merc. They are pounding the tables. This is a nail-biting opening match.
And Merc called his shot earlier on in the evening. He said that if he wins this matchup, he is going to be challenging for the UWO Championship later on tonight in the main event. It's not going to be Johnny Cove.
And that would be smart. He would take an opportunity after Morrison challenges Johnny Coe just to go for that. That is a very smart move by our current #1 contender.
Going for a swinging neck breaker from Merc.
That neck breaker has taken all of Derrick James's momentum. He is weaseling his way over to Mike Andrews, begging for more help.
At a certain point, Merc has to be asking, what more is there to do to Derrick James?
And Merc's going for it. Oh, drop kick to the back of the head.
Drop kick decapitation style, Merc. What a maneuver.
Merc's climbing to that top rope. He barely had it, but he's about ready to go.
Ascending from the heavens. What are we going to see here?
Moonsault maybe? Nope. Elbow drop.
Beautiful elbow drop into the cover.
Oh, and it was not enough to put away Derrick James. Derrick James lives to fight another day. And look at it in the corner. Mike Andrews is grabbing his head. He is biting down on his fist. We don't know what he's thinking right now, but there's terror in that man's eyes.
Wait a minute, Derrick James catches Merc.
Folds him up like an accordion.
Right into the T-bone suplex to cover once more.
And still a 2 count. Merc's chances of main eventing tonight are still alive, Walker.
And you have to wonder if Derrick James can walk away with the victory. If he walks away with an opportunity at the UWO Championship, who's to know what his plans are going to be? Are we going to see Derrick James challenge Brawler Morrison here tonight for the UWO Championship?
That's a very solid point. You never know what could happen at one of these UWO shows, Walker. You could see Derrick James just weaseling his way in, taking the opportunity away from Brawler Morrison and Johnny Cove and stealing the UWO World Championship.
And Derrick James looks absolutely shocked.
Headbutt to his fist, and that just shocked Derrick James alive.
Merc is eating every single one of those for breakfast, and he's dishing them back out.
Oh, right to his face. Derrick James hits the foot. Merc's gonna hit that fist and drop Derrick James like a bad habit.
He's calling for it. Glory.
Whoa!
Wait a minute, the ripcord. KTFO.
Oh no, this looks bad. Oh, clothesline.
That might be the end of this matchup, but many men away with this before.
Whoa! Merc just got his arm up. I'm in shock, man.
And I just don't understand what more is there to do. How much longer do these two men have the fight to give? Derrick James and Merc are incredibly, they're putting on a show in here tonight.
On his shoulders, the feat of strength, that's an F5. Or is it an F5?
We've had a couple of those swing through Oklahoma before.
Oh yeah, he's charged, and Mike Andrews is climbing.
Mike Andrews, he has the selfie stick.
Ah, such a nerd, such a nerd.
Oh, wait a minute, Merc has a weapon, and this is unlike what we've seen of Merc before.
Well, that UWO Championship will make any man do anything. Low blow, he weasels his way with it.
The low blow into the cover.
The tights, man, the tights. Ah, heartbreaking loss.
And a new opportunity has arisen for Derrick James.
And that Oklahoma City crowd is voicing their hatred of the ref's decision here.
Derrick James, say what you want about the man, but you have to admire the in-ring abilities. But let's be honest here. Merc had that match won if Mike Andrews would not have gotten involved and shoved his selfie stick into the face of Merc. This match would have had a completely different result.
Oh, absolutely. If he didn't have Mike Andrews in his corner, he would have never made it past.
Gentlemen, we are back with more Unified Wrestling Oklahoma action. Walker Stewart and Darren Matthews on the call. We are guiding you through this wonderful night of action we are having here for UWO Parade of Champions in Oklahoma City. And Darren, this is a woman that I know you are very familiar with.
Oh, absolutely. Stormy Renee is one of my favorite wrestlers to date. Coming from the Kansas wrestling scene, not a lot of people around Oklahoma would know, but Stormy Renee is one of the longest reigning KWA women's champions out there. She's a 2-time champion, and she's got a lot of heart that she's brought here to Oklahoma City tonight.
Stormy Renee, she may have all the heart in the world, but is all the heart in the world in Kansas, in Oklahoma, wherever you are, is it going to be enough to overcome the dominant beast, the rising Phoenix, Nova Phoenix, the reigning and defending, the only UWO Ladies Champion to date? An incredibly dominant reign this woman has had thus far.
Walker, how long is her title reign so far?
It's been exactly 274 days. 274 days ago, Nova Phoenix won the UWO Ladies Championship, and she did so against the woman standing across from her in the ring right now.
That is impressive. So these two have a lot of history between each other. It's the immovable Storm versus the immovable object here.
You're right about that one. The last time that these two women were in this building, they were actually tag team partners for the night, as Stormy Renee and Nova Phoenix took on none other than Luna Nightshade and Lil Pecker.
Yeah, and I will say they're not mincing words right now.
Women, you talked about them having a lot of history with one another, and as we just said, they've shared the same corner. They've been on opposite sides at the ring from one another. Expecting this to be a highly competitive matchup. Oh,
with Stormy Renee in here, it's definitely going to be competitive. She's gone through some of the best female wrestlers I've ever seen. She's taken down Miranda Gordy. I couldn't remember her name off the top of my head, Walker.
It happens to the best of us, and I've seen both these two women as well as Miranda Gordy all share the same ring at one time. And one thing I can say is that Miranda Gordy, an incredible competitor in her own right, but Miranda Gordy's never been UWO Ladies Champion, Darren. No one else has other than Nova Phoenix. She's been incredibly dominant, and I happen to have it on good authority. She has defeated every single member of the UWO Ladies roster that we have, every single member.
And I'm pretty sure she'd do it again if she could.
Well, she can, and she most definitely will. Well, Stormy Renee, as you said earlier, she's definitely going to give the fight of her life to Nova Phoenix tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And she's already taking it to Stormy. Stormy is trying to fight out of that leg lock by Nova. She's trying to get some momentum, but Nova will not get, oh, never mind. She's got her in a headlock and a pin attempt.
Yeah, 2 count there, Stormy Renee. You gotta watch the shoulders, of course, if you are Nova Phoenix.
If you keep those shoulders down, that title reign could end, and I'm pretty sure that Nova Phoenix knows that if she keeps those shoulders down, it's over for her 200-plus day title reign.
You're right about that one. Nova Phoenix. That waist lock applied here definitely is going to have the size and the strength advantage within this contest. It's what's made her so dominant as a champion.
She's rolling up Stormy that easily. That is got to be tough, but Stormy's heart is keeping her going. She's rolled her up too.
Yeah, jackknife pin here. Stormy Renee going for the 2.
And referee Candace is having to work in overtime for these two. They're going for the pin attempts right out the gates.
I definitely don't envy referee Candace Harding having to control these 2 women, especially having to control Nova Phoenix. She's a scary woman, Darren, I gotta tell you.
I mean, she was mean-mugging me when I walked in the door, so I am very scared even sitting out here doing commentary right now.
Well, I gotta tell you, it's not just because you're making your debut. She does that to everyone.
Oh, well, I don't know. Stormy is taking her, sweeping her off her feet, Nova, and is gonna take that drop kick straight to her chest.
Stormy now going into it, the hook in the leg, the cover, we have a new champion.
And Nova throws her shoulder up with all the force in the world. I would sure hate to stand in the ring with Nova. She's got all that force, and she just buckled Stormy up.
Nova Phoenix is not a woman that anyone, whether on the ladies or the men's side of the roster, anyone would would never want to step into the ring with Nova Phoenix for that UWO Ladies Championship. She has a stranglehold on this women's division every single time someone has thought that they've had Nova Phoenix's number. She's been able to pull the one up from out of nowhere.
Oh, absolutely. And just watching her for the very first time, I can feel the intensity behind every single one of her punches, and it even scares me to watch Stormy, who has had such a dominant reign on the KWA Women's Champion, just hardly getting any offense here from Nova's onslaught. Stormy looks in rough shape right now, Walker.
Yeah, you're right about that. The cover here.
And Nova only getting a 2 count.
Yeah, finding a way to kick out of it is Stormy Renee. And if there's one thing to say about Stormy Renee, incredibly resilient, but sometimes you have to learn, you have to recognize when enough might be enough. You have to think about the longevity of your wrestling career.
Oh, absolutely. And when you're watching Nova hit those punches, Stormy threw up her arms. That was a very smart move by Stormy to make sure that she doesn't have her head damaged by Nova.
Yeah, and the moment that Stormy's not capable of throwing up those defensive forearms, if you will, that's when you're going to know that this match is over. We've seen it before in the past, not just with Stormy Renee, but with women all across the state of Oklahoma, whether it's Morgan LeVay, whether it's Skylar Slice, some of the most dominant women throughout the state, throughout the Midwest and Mid-South region of the United States, have tested their moxie against Nova Phoenix, and all have fallen.
Oh, absolutely. Even though you can see that Stormy is right now in rough shape, you can still see the fire in her eyes. She will not give up. She might be falling over.
Covered here. Very disrespectful pinning attempt from Nova Phoenix, if I do say so myself.
Very disrespectful, but Stormy Renee did not take that display of disrespect very lightly. Stormy's putting some more pizzazz in her elbows, and look in her eyes right now. There is frustration in them.
Renee going for the power maneuver. The Uranagi into the cover.
1, 2, oh, and that was not enough to take down Nova Phoenix.
Yeah, we could add a new UWO Ladies Champion for the very first time. We would have heard "and new UWO Ladies Champion." We've never heard that here before.
And Walker, I would tell you one thing right now, seeing the Oklahoma crowd be excited about Stormy Renee, I think the roof on this place would explode if Stormy could do the impossible here tonight.
Phoenix.
Oh.
First flatliner for Nova Phoenix into the cover, hooking the inner leg.
And look at Stormy's eyes, they're glazing over, but Nova's just ugly grimace right now, man. She is pissed off.
Yeah, she definitely is. Nova Phoenix is not a woman you want to be across the ring from, especially when you have one as frustrated as Nova Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. And look at that. She took that knee straight to Stormy's gut, showing her that she will do anything and everything to retain her UWO Ladies Championship.
She's got that abdominal stretch applied at this very moment. Nova Phoenix, I mean, she's utilizing that larger upper body that she has, the larger arms than Stormy Renee, to really wrench in that abdominal stretch.
She's taking those shoulders off of the table. She's making, oh, and stunner from Stormy Renee.
Yeah, that was absolutely out of nowhere, off the ropes into the forearm.
I will admit, I couldn't finish a thought on that one. I didn't expect Stormy to come out of it so soon. She is fighting for her life in that ring. Oh, and Stormy's taking the energy from this Oklahoma City crowd, Walker. She's about ready to strike.
Striking like lightning tonight.
Spear! Come on, Stormy. Roll over her. 1, 2. And still could not put away Nova Phoenix.
And I have to ask you here, Darren, when does the doubt start to creep into the mind of Stormy Renee? When does she start to doubt her own abilities in the ring against Nova Phoenix?
Walker, I don't think she will ever doubt her own abilities against Nova Phoenix. She will continue to fight until there is no fight left in her. Uh-oh, she's got that chicken wing maneuver. Oh.
Chicken wing facebuster for Nova Phoenix.
Chicken wing facebuster could be it.
This is devastating. The cover.
Oh,
This match
barely missed it by seconds. Stormy has a heartbreaking loss to Nova Phoenix. You can see the look in Stormy's eyes right now. She is completely heartbroken. She missed kicking out at inches.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely 3 1/4, if you know what I'm saying. It's just right after the dot. But at the end of the day, Stormy Renee falls victim. Just another victim on the list for Nova Phoenix.
That title reign is climbing, Walker.
You're right about that one. Ladies and gentlemen, what a match we just witnessed. But coming up next, we are going to be transitioning in to an open challenge from none other than the Honorable 3 Zone, Frankie Lee. That's coming up right after this.
Losers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, it was announced on social media, accompanied by none other than one member of the Honorable 3, Scarlet Fever. Frankie Lee is in the building tonight.
That he is, Walker, and let me tell you, when I first walked into the door tonight, Frankie Lee made absolutely sure I knew his name.
That doesn't shock me whatsoever. Frankie Lee is definitely a man who likes to speak to his own abilities, whether it's inside or outside of the squared circle. But sometimes those moments have really cost him. They really cost him in the long run. But will that be the case here tonight? Frankie Lee threw out the open challenge on social media. He told official Brent Wall, he said, I want competition. And competition is very well what he may get here tonight.
Well, let's just put it to you this way. I would not mess with Brent Wall.
Oklahoma City! Come on, come on, experience the greatest African-American talent you have ever seen. Hailing from the Cinderella City, the fabulous Frankie Lee. As you can see, I got some fresh new gear, fresh new look. I'm all dolled up because I am issuing an open challenge. You know, I was very, very annoyed, you know, that day that Brent Wall hit me in the face. And, you know, and he decided to insult me by not knowing who the hell the fabulous Frankie Lee is. So I decided I'm here to prove myself tonight. So, without further ado, the fabulous Frankie Lee tonight. Let's see who it is.
And this Oklahoma City crowd has come unglued. It is the return of Logan Knight.
Folks, the spotlight is in the building. And we talked about the roof blowing off of this place. If Stormy Renee would have walked away with the UWO Ladies Championship, well, if you wanted the roof to pop off, you just heard it when Logan Knight stepped through the curtain. Your reigning and defending Empire Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. The spotlight is in the building for the first time in over 6 months.
And Oklahoma City is excited. In fact, I found it very interesting that Logan Knight made a statement as Frankie Lee was just casually leaning against the ropes. Logan just smacked his feet right off.
I witnessed that as well, and one thing is for certain. Logan Knight's an individual who knows how to command a room, he knows how to command a presence, an audience of sorts, and that is why he has invited everyone here at UWO to join him in the spotlight. One person who was not invited, though, it is Frankie Lee.
Oh, absolutely. Frankie Lee's about ready to learn what the spotlight truly is, and if he can handle it tonight.
Fabulous Frankie Lee taking on the spotlight. Logan Knight, you know, I gotta tell you, Frankie Lee, he reminds me a lot of a younger Logan Knight, a man who had a certain power, a certain aura to him, if you will. Logan Knight used to walk around here, he picked fights with everyone, ranging from me to the biggest members of the UWO roster, and sometimes he had to eat his own words, so to speak, for it.
Go ahead.
He's changed his ways, he's turned his life around. He's a man of this people now, Darren Matthews.
Oh, that is good to know. And see, here's the interesting thing. With time in this business, I've learned that the more times you pick fights with a lot of the veterans as a young and up-and-coming star, you typically learn that respect and you learn when to pick those fights.
And tonight is a fight that Frankie Lee decided to pick. However, let's be honest here, the spotlight, Logan Knight, he does come into this matchup with a lot of momentum, recently winning the Empire Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. But beyond that, he also knew who he was going to be facing here tonight. Frankie Lee had no idea who would be answering his open challenge.
No, but I don't know if that'll keep Frankie deterred, though. He oozes that confidence and charisma. He's a very narcissistic individual who believes in his own talent. And like you said, if he's like a young Logan Knight, he's going to continue to believe it until Logan smacks some respect into his face.
Baby Frankie, everybody! Baby Frank!
And I have to imagine Frankie Lee feels fairly disrespected by this crowd here in Oklahoma City.
Oh, absolutely. That's just because Logan Knight has that presence. He knows how to bring the spotlight to not only himself, but to the crowd. And look at this crowd. They're disrespecting the fabulous Frankie Lee right now.
Logan Knight, beautiful arm drag there, very smooth. This man is flawless in that ring. Some people call themselves fabulous. This man knows he is flawless, Logan Knight.
Oh, absolutely. He has drop kicks for days, and those are very beautiful. I bet you even Frankie Lee envies those drop kicks.
And Logan Knight seems to be discussing something with Scarlet Fever, but much to his own chagrin, Frankie Lee takes Logan Knight down to the canvas.
Oh, absolutely. Frankie took advantage of his manager, just distracting Logan, and he is on the prowl.
Going for the cover here is Frankie Lee. Only a 1 count there, says Logan Knight.
Logan Knight has that presence over Frankie. He knows where he's at in that middle of that ring.
The spotlight is a man with a lot of heart, a lot of resiliency. And I have to admit, Frankie Lee, he finds himself at a lot of disadvantages here. Not only is he the rookie competitor in comparison to that of Logan Knight, but like we said earlier, he didn't have time to be able to strategize, to be able to game plan against his apparent competitor here in Logan Knight.
But as a professional wrestler, Walker, I'd have to argue that you should be prepared for any opponent at any given time. Wrestling's unpredictable, especially if you're going to run your mouth. If you're going to have that kind of a presence and that kind of a game plan going into things, then you should be prepared for whatever life throws at you.
Cover here, only a 1 count for Logan Knight. You're right about that, and I have to agree, but that's something that comes with a veteran-like experience that Logan Knight does have in comparison to Frankie Lee. This is going to be either a beautiful moment here for Frankie Lee or a hard-fought lesson.
And hopefully Logan Knight humbles Frankie Lee. Hopefully he shows him the ropes of this business, how to be more respectful to people that are veterans, and especially to our UWO Commissioner, Brent Wall.
Don't forget, of course, 1/3 of Scarlet Fever of the Honorable 3 on the outside. Scarlet Fever, of course, has already played a role on this matchup earlier on. Sunset Flip rolling through as Logan Knight back to his feet.
Oh yes, and Scarlet, let's be real here. When we saw with Mike Andrews earlier in the evening, managers can play a huge advantage in matches.
There's a reason she's accompanying Frankie Lee here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Frankie Lee moves out of the way. Logan's cornered right now. You can see him. He is confident, but Logan Knight reverses momentum.
Frankie Lee, that amateur football background coming into play here. 2 count, and this matchup rolls on.
Oh, absolutely. Frankie is still not pleased with what is going on in here. He's got Logan's arms wrapped around his neck. He is trying to choke the life out of the spotlight. He's trying to dim it.
This man actually has a mixed martial arts and MMA background of sorts here. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo background here for Frankie Lee. He's a man who knows how to tie it up with the best of them.
That's pretty impressive. I wouldn't have even pegged Frankie Lee to have an MMA background.
Only the bottom rope now is Logan Knight finding a way to break it. And once again, we talk about rookie versus veteran, so to speak. Logan Knight knew exactly where he was in that ring. Great ring positioning there for the spotlight.
Well, Logan better come back with something on Frankie Lee. He is right now being just disrespected by the Fabulous One.
Logan Knight, though, he says that he will not go down. The spotlight will not dim here tonight.
Definitely not.
Exchanging a strikes in the middle of the squared circle, and Frankie Lee hits him with a hard one.
He definitely knocked Logan off of his game.
Logan Knight flipping over the top, though.
Ooh, that is a sweet kick straight to Frankie's chin.
What's he looking for here, Logan Knight?
Sunset flow.
No, outside in. Over the top, off the ropes goes Logan. Hits him with the knee strike. Frankie doesn't go down, though. This man is a menace in that square circle.
Snapmare by Logan. Logan's hitting the ropes. Leg drop across Frankie's throat. 1, 2. Not enough to take down the Fabulous One. And Frankie rolling to the outside, getting a few extra breaths of fresh air, hoping to get more momentum back.
Frankie Lee, he's re-strategizing alongside Scarlet Fever. You have to wonder what they have to be talking about.
Walker, are we gonna hit air spotlight right there? And Logan Knight took Frankie Lee straight into the crowd, hitting him right across the face and taking him into the table.
Yeah, Logan Knight clearing the way for the spotlight landing strip.
Definitely.
Now, I gotta tell you, Frankie Lee, this is not an EPW championship match, but imagine, wait a minute.
I did not see anything happen to that man.
Frankie Lee said that his ankle, I mean, referee Brixton Barricade trying to do everything. We have to worry about the safety of our competitors. We don't want to see a serious injury happen here.
Well, Walker, let me tell you one thing. If you were paying attention really closely, Scarlet Fever slithered in and threw a chair into Frankie Lee.
Wait. What is going on?
Vintage Eddie Guerrero right there.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it.
He weaseled a win out of there. That's utter disrespect for Logan Knight and his talents. The Fabulous One, Frankie Lee, is just taunting a cheap victory over the spotlight.
Our official has to go off of what he sees. And when you turn around and you see a man in the squared circle holding a steel chair and another man on the ground, I don't know what else you could expect. What a moment here.
Walker, you and I both saw the same thing.
You're right. I understand Frankie Lee completely disgraceful to the UWO rules, and Logan Knight has to be disappointed with the way things turned out for him here tonight.
Oh, you can see it in his eyes as he just passed us by at the commentary booth. He was shaking his head. He wants another piece of Fabulous Frankie Lee.
Gentlemen, it is a good day in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma where the beloved official himself, Brent Wall, makes an appearance.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to see Brent here tonight.
Hey there, hello, my UWO family. How are we doing this evening? How's my friend Christine doing this evening? So I come here with a very important match. So I sent out 20 letters across the country. 4 of those letters had golden tickets in it. I do not know who got those golden tickets, but we are about to find out. Now, in this match, we're going to have all 4 competitors in 15-minute scramble, meaning it's not scheduled for one fall. They can pin each other as many times as they want, but it's that last one. That last one before that 15-minute timer goes off, that becomes our winner. And that winner will not only get a chance at our UWO championship belt, but they will also get a chance to become a permanent member of UWO.
will lead this situation. It's a very important match. Chris, let's bring out our competitor.
What an opportunity for the roster walker.
This contest is the golden ticket fatal four-way.
It is me.
Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes. Whether he's hot mocha, whether he's cold brew, he is prime and delicious. Cappuccino Jones is in the building tonight.
I gotta say, he's got a pretty impressive jacket on the back of him.
You're right about that. And if you're impressed by that jacket, you're going to be even more impressed when it gets inside that squared circle. Cappuccino Jones, one of the hottest free agents in the state of Oklahoma, and of course, accompanied by none other than Cam the Coda. You know, I didn't say they were the most respectful individuals, though. Cappuccino Jones is good at what he does. He's a phenomenal in-ring competitor, but the problem with Cappuccino Jones, if there is one, is that he's not afraid to tell you about it.
And apparently he says, goofy?
I think that was goofy.
Goofy.
Trench Blythe coming straight out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, by way of the nearest trenches. Now, I can't exactly tell you where the closest trenches are right now in Oklahoma City, but what I can tell you is that is exactly where this man comes from. He is deep in the trenches. He's working hard every single day, become the greatest competitor that he can, and he's ready to excite these fans and walk away with his ticket to gold.
Well, I'm looking forward to what he can bring into the ring. If he's got the same kind of energy as his theme song, boy, I'm going to be enjoying this Trench Blythe very well.
James, Tulsa, Oklahoma's own, making his way down to ringside here tonight. He's no stranger to Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. We've seen him a time or two in the past. He's looking to earn his spot. All four of these men are become the newest member of the UWO roster and earn an opportunity anytime, any place for the UWO Championship.
I was about to say that UWO Championship shot at any time, any place is going to be something that these four participants will definitely want to earn their opportunity at.
And this is incredibly exciting. I, for one, cannot wait to see who the fourth person is to enter this match.
I'm excited to do. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be interesting.
has prior obligations. But there is a but. I know someone who really wants this opportunity, and I know someone who really, 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 really wants to work with UWO. So, what's better than receiving is giving. So La Máquina del Amor wants to give away his golden ticket. And I think you all will be excited.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though Tino Valentino had an opportunity. He had his... Wait a minute.
I thought Brent Wall fired that guy. What's he doing here, Walker?
I, for one, am at a loss for words. The Ace of Blades, Ricky Wingrave, recently fired from Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. And now he's back. I mean, it was just days ago that the official Brent Wall made it so. Ricky Wingrave seems to have gotten his golden ticket in the mail.
I don't understand this, Walker. We should have better security around these parts.
Tino really did this.
Shut up, Brent. Hey.
Got the golden ticket. If you don't got it, you can't go on. Does everybody got it? If you don't have it, we can't go on. You got it? You might not have it. If you don't have it, I've seen all of them compete. And you know what, guys? No matter which one of you three win, I will give each of you $1,000 in your envelope tonight. It doesn't matter which three. As long as Ricky does not get that last pinfall. Let's get this started. Let's ring the bell.
Gentlemen, the bell has sounded. This match is underway. Of course, this is a fatal four-way scramble match. Oh my God, wait a minute. Right off the top. DDT to Trench Blythe. This is going to be hectic. One thing is for certain, Darren Matthews. This is going to be bombastic in nature. You have 4 combustible elements now with the wrench thrown in the loop that Ricky Wingrave has an opportunity to become a member of the UWO roster once again.
I hope he does not walk out of here. The official Brent Wall was justified in putting that $1,000 bounty for the other 3 competitors if they made sure that Ricky Wingrave did not get that golden ticket at the end of the night.
I mean, think about what's on the line here. A UWO roster spot, an opportunity. Hold on a minute, Cappuccino Jones go over the cover here. Only a 2 count. Not only a UWO roster spot, an opportunity for the UWO championship, and for 3 out of the 4 competitors, $1,000 cash.
$1,000 cash would make a lot of men do a lot of crazy things, Walker.
This is definitely going to be a crazy one. Trench Blythe jumping up with the Insecurity. This is a very incredible competitor that we see here straight out of the Core Pro Wrestling Training Facility.
Interesting. Well, I got to say one thing about Trench Blythe right now. It was interesting to see him pull his golden ticket out of his booth. This man seems like he's a very unique individual, and he is just pumped to be here tonight.
I'm not even sure how you mail to the trenches. I don't know the address, the P.O. box. What's going on here, Darren?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the official how that got out there.
Nevertheless, Trench Blythe and Badger James, two men very familiar with one another. We talked about Trench being straight out of the Core Pro Wrestling Training Facility. Badger James just the same, but Badger James has just a couple months more experience than Trench Blythe does in active competition.
And he's got some great acrobatic feats on it, Walker. He just did a nice somersault in the ring. He's got Trench Blythe covered and only a 2 count.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember the rules of a fatal 4-way scramble match. You can pin your opponent, but the match is not truly over until 15 minutes does expire. You'll hear the bell ring, and we will have a potential winner. However, if another member of the matchup pins or submits another opponent, they become the new winner.
And it can happen out of anywhere, at any time, in any place, Walker.
Trench Blythe out of the corner.
He's going to war with Ricky Wingrave right now.
Hey, that's a man who wants $1,000. You can dig a lot of trenches with $1,000, Darren.
Oh, absolutely. He would probably buy himself some land, dig the biggest trench in Oklahoma, and live there, man.
Trench Blythe learning under the likes of Skyward Slice, Nathan Estrada, and Lucha Libre legend Mascara Pupera.
And that Lucha Libre comes in a thing with the standing moonsault. Only a 2 count on Ricky Wingrave, though.
Ricky Wingrave, what do you think has to be going through his mind? All three of his competitors have an opportunity at $1,000 cash, and Ricky Wingrave seemingly being snubbed out of that opportunity.
Well, I don't know, but he just got kicked out of the ring like yesterday's trash. Badger, Badger, Badger for the suplex!
Suplex to Badger James, from Badger James into the cover. Only 1 count there from Trench Blythe.
And the Danger Badger is looking pretty rabid. He is wanting to put this man away right now. And Cappuccino Jones coming with the high impact and high intensity behind those feet, Walker.
Yeah, you gotta keep your eye on a guy like Cappuccino Jones. I have been on well authority. Cappuccino Jones has been scouted by many major professional wrestling organizations, including the likes of the National Wrestling Alliance. Cappuccino Jones has been turning heads everywhere he goes, and he wants to become a full-time member of the UWO roster. Badger James, though, he has an opportunity, and that's it.
Well, that's not it, man. There's a whole bunch more time left in this scramble match right now. At the moment right now, that man just got the win and has control of this match.
You're right about that one. Ricky Wingrave, though, trying to solidify his place here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Look at the vertical.
Oh, and he almost dropped. That is a sloppy suplex. Cappuccino Jones tried to invert it, but Ricky Wingrave just could not let that man do it.
And we know all about the rivalry between Ricky Wingrave and the official Brent Wall. You have to think that Ricky Wingrave has it in under his belief.
And Cappuccino Jones taking it straight to Ricky Wingrave.
Yeah, Ricky Wingrave might be believing that he's getting screwed out of an opportunity, so to speak.
Boom, elbow drop right across Ricky's windpipes. 1, 2, 3, and Cappuccino Jones currently holds control of that golden ticket.
Cappuccino Jones has an opportunity here. Currently your golden ticket holder, accompanied by none other than Cam the Coda. He's representing the Coda brand well here tonight.
That Coda brand's gonna be worth more than Starbucks, Walker, if he wins that golden ticket.
The cover here for Trench Blythe.
And the Trench Man is gonna continue digging his trenches.
Of course, it is not the number of falls which you score, rather it is the man to score the last
Badger,
fall.
Badger, Badger, kick!
Badger James might be the one to do so. Go over the cover here, hook the outer leg.
1, 2, oh, and Badger James could not get it. He is completely full of himself right now. He's trying to get that $1,000. He's trying to get that win and that contract for his family. Oh, sick shot by Ricky Wingrave. Come on, Badger. Come on.
Ricky Wingrave yet to score a fall in this matchup so far. Cappuccino Jones and Trench Blythe are the only 2 men. The current individual to hold that ticket to gold, none other than Trench Blythe. He wants to take that one all the way back to the trenches.
Oh yeah, and he'll probably dig deep for that trench.
Badger James, look at this.
Springboard elbow right off the ropes. Badger takes him down. Can't get back to his feet because Cappuccino Jones takes the elbow straight to him.
I said you got to keep your eye on Cappuccino Jones. This is exactly why. Into the cover. And Cappuccino Jones.
And the Kona Brown continues to rise. He's got that golden ticket. He's going places, Walker.
Strikes on strikes between Jones and Trench Blight, two of the more successful competitors into this matchup so far. And if I'm being quite honest with you, two that have the most to gain from this. Some of the most inexperienced competitors in this match, just looking for that one opportunity. Give me a shot.
Well, Walker, as you and I clearly can see, these are the two most intense men in all of UWO, and they don't have a contract yet.
That was a devastating driver to Cappuccino Jones, and that might have been a mistake there for Trench Blythe.
I don't know. He just wants to make sure that the Danger Badger cannot get that shot. He's got that crossface locked in. He is making sure that no more steam can come out of Cappuccino Jones's cup.
And keep in mind,
that's a tap out, Walker. That's a huge win for him.
keep in mind, of course, Trench Blythe, he already held the ticket to gold, and he was just adding insult to injury to Cappuccino Jones. Now Badger James, the only man standing.
Cappuccino Jones right now has taken his eyes off of the prize.
Pop-up Samoa drop into the cover here, hooking the inner leg. Is it going to be enough? And it is.
Badger, 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 Badger. He just got that golden ticket.
8 minutes have elapsed. That means we have 7 minutes to go. We're a little over halfway through this matchup.
And let's face it, Ricky Wingrave has not gained control of that golden ticket. All three of these men have made absolutely sure that they will come out of Oklahoma City $1,000 richer.
But there's 7 minutes left. He still has time. Double underhook DDT.
Oh, he still does have time,
Into the cover. Wait a minute.
but I have no faith.
Is this going to be it?
I have no faith in Ricky Wingrave walking out of here with that golden ticket. I know that these three new and upcoming stars from the Core Wrestling facility will come out victorious. One of those three men.
You say you don't have the faith in Ricky Wingrave, but the truth and the fact of the matter is, Ricky Wingrave has been hearing that ever since he first stepped foot into Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Ever since he first stepped foot in between these ropes, he had his naysayers, he had his doubters, and that has soured him on the entirety of the UWO fan base.
And he's gotten sour, and that's what the whole point of it is, Walker. If you let that sourness, if you let that bitterness continue to fester, it's gonna take your career towards a downward trajectory.
Badger James, he almost added insult to injury once again.
Prince James with the super kick, and he is wasting precious time, Walker.
5 minutes remain in the match. Badger James, is he going to walk away with the ticket to gold? No, he does not. I'm sorry, yes, he does. Trench Blythe is the one who does not. Getting all tongue-tied here, Derrick. We got a lot going on.
Let me put it to you this way. It might be my first night on commentary. There's sometimes I can't even keep track of the action here in UWO.
Cappuccino with the clothesline, folding him inside out.
And Cappuccino Jones has control of the golden ticket. Watch out, Cappuccino! Ricky Wingrave is coming at ya.
And you know Cappuccino Jones wants to take that $1,000 back to the Coda brand. Hold on, Ricky Wingrave.
Absolutely.
Into the cover.
Yes, Cappuccino, you came out of this.
And that was as close can be without getting there, Darren.
Oh, absolutely. And that's probably the story of a lot of what I've seen in Ricky Wingrave's career, even in Kansas. Almost doesn't cut it here, Walker. You have to walk out with a win here tonight.
I mean, truthfully, for Ricky Wingrave, this is all or nothing. This very well may be his last chance, his last opportunity for any sort of fame or upward trajectory here in UWO.
hey, if he can't get past his problems with the fans, if he can't get past his problems in his mental landscape here, he is out of a job. Brent Wall has made that very clear.
Trench Blythe now taking control on Cappuccino. Cappuccino with the strikes to the gut.
He's definitely got that intensity behind those punches. Like I said earlier, they have not lost any intensity. Almost taking out the official in that. Trench is going for that knee to Cappuccino's gut.
And here's the thing, all four of these men are incredible in-ring competitors that UWO would be lucky and blessed to have on the regular. But wait a minute, the great sword from Ricky Wingrave.
That could spell bad things for Trench. Oh!
Ricky Wingrave has put many a man away with the great sword in the past.
Look at this man, he has come unhinged. This is why he does not deserve another opportunity. All he can think about in this match is taking and proving the official wrong. Come on, man, there's been so much action here in this ring, Walker. He should be focusing on any one of those three men that he's fighting.
Seems as though he heard you there, Darren. Ricky Wingrave targeting Badger James. Like we said, one of the more inexperienced competitors in this match. In fact, so to speak, Ricky Wingrave is the most experienced. He is the veteran in that ring right now.
Oh, absolutely. And not to show him any disrespect, I will admit he is one intense competitor. There is a lot of fire behind those clotheslines, but I just don't think he can get out of his head. Look at that. The Badger is about ready to grow wings. He's about to dive off that top rope, and he's gonna fly, Walker.
Badger James, danger, danger. Clear the airways for Badger.
Danger, Will Robinson, Swanton Bomb, 1, 2, 3, and the Badger has a golden ticket in his control.
And now Badger James becomes the man to beat, but of course you can't pin or submit any of the competitors in the matchup. Trench Blythe is well aware of this as he targets Badger James.
Oh yes, and Trench is not giving up the battle here. He's continuing to draw the war out on everyone that stands in his way.
Trench Blythe fighting for his family. He's fighting for the trenches. He's looking for a job here, Darren, a job.
Let me tell you something, Walker. Trench has got some fire behind his throws in that ring. He almost took out a light fixture just a second ago at ringside.
Oh, and a jumping cutter from Trench Blythe.
Come on, Trench, put your arm around the Badger. Get that cover. The official's waiting. 1, 2, and the Badger kicks out.
60 seconds, it said less than 60 seconds remaining in this matchup. And of course, Badger James, as it's said, is going to be the newest member of the UWO roster and earn an opportunity at the UWO Championship, but not if Ricky Wingrave has anything to say about it. Duck it underneath.
Uh-oh, Ricky's got him. Ricky's got him in a Dragon Sleeper.
He's got the Dragon Sleeper applied here.
Cappuccino Jones is still on the outside recovering, so is Trench.
You just gotta hold on, Badger, just one more moment.
Come on, Badger, come on, come on.
This is becoming Brent Wall's worst nightmare the longer that this one rolls on. Badger James is gonna fight out of it.
He's gonna suffocate, he's gonna suffocate it.
He taps out,
no.
He taps out.
And Cappuccino Jones was inches away.
I cannot believe it. Ricky Wingrave is back on the UWO roster, and he has an opportunity at the UWO Championship in his near future.
Well, Walker, one has to wonder, with Derrick James having the #1 contendership in the main event, could Ricky Wingrave add himself as well to that main event tonight?
There's so much that could happen here. Always unpredictable is Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
And Ricky Wingrave is trying to rub it in the official's face right now.
Ricky Wingrave. This might be the start of something new for the former co-owner of Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Ricky Wingrave is damn near in tears right now.
And it's interesting to see that the crowd is taking to him in this win, Walker.
An incredibly emotional victory here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be right back with more Unified Wrestling Oklahoma Parade of Champions action coming to you very soon. We'll be right back after this. Gentlemen, we are back with more UWO Parade of Champions action at the New Beginnings Gym in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I am Walker Stewart, accompanied by Darren Matthews and Darren. Tonight we have a highly anticipated rematch to kick off our second half of UWO Parade of Champions.
I've heard it's quite the battlefield, pun intended there.
Right about that, the sober slugger, lethal Leo Fox. This is a man who knows how to command a room. There's a certain energy and presence to the sober slugger that is unmatched by most.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Leo. I already don't like these two because I was a little nervous there. Leo Fox was threatening me, man.
I understand it. He is an intimidating force. You don't want to mess with a man the likes of Leo Fox. But I'll tell you one thing. Leo Fox, he has held championships everywhere that he has been, including in our sister company in Red Dirt Wrestling, recently winning the RDW Brass Knuckles Championship this past week in Blanchard, Oklahoma, this past Wednesday. And what a matchup that was.
Well, I'm sure that had everything to do with Mike Andrews, his best friend, and that weasel. I still can't believe they let him back into this building.
Shawnee, Oklahoma, comes Adrian Vega. He's been a champion many a place throughout Oklahoma City, including Empire Pro Wrestling. We saw the EPW Championship earlier on in the night when Logan Knight competed against none other than Frankie Lee, answering that open challenge. But tonight, it is a different type of battle, a different type of war for these two men, two military veterans of the Army variety, Lethal Leo Fox and Adrian Vega. They're going to go to war here tonight once more in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Walker. If you thought the last match was explosive, this is going to have a lot of different meaning. These two will both hit each other hard, and like you said, this is a grudge match. Both men want the win over each other, especially Vega, who got screwed out of the last match by that ugly, chunky man, Mike Andrews.
Hey, say what you want about Mike Andrews, but obviously his intelligence is playing dividends for the career of Lethal Leo Fox. Leo Fox currently holds, and he did not walk out through the entryway because, so to speak, I guess the championship doesn't matter in this variety when it comes to Adrian Vega. He holds the RDW Brass Knuckles Championship, the UWE Apex Championship. He holds the All-Star Pro Mid-American Championship. Leo Fox is a champion every single place that he has been, and he's bringing that championship caliber, that star power here to UWO to compete against Adrian Vega.
But one could argue that if you're weaseling your way, if you're trying to find the shortcuts in life, if those wins mean anything to Leo Fox's career. I would argue even the fact that he's not brought out that brass knuckles championship with him. That shows just the disrespect Leo has towards our business.
Potentially more so the disrespect that he has toward Adrian Vega, thinking that Adrian Vega may not be worth seeing, even laying hands or laying eyes on the championship here tonight. But of course, it is a non-title matchup. None of Leo Fox's 3 championships are on the line here. It is just all for the pride and glory of the UWO Squared Circle. And as you said before, the last time that these two met at UWO Parade of Champions in Tulsa, Adrian Vega, he was inches away from walking away with the victory if Mike Andrews would not have gotten involved and cost Vega the match.
We have to wonder what's going through Leo Fox's head, having to face Adrian Vega once more. Does he have enough in the tank to put away Vega?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wait, what a minute. What is Mike Andrews has commandeered our camera equipment.
The battle for Leo Fox. Really just giving it to Adrian Vega there. Man. Oh, he's taking his knee out from under him. Look at that. Hey, Vega, I got you right here on camera, buddy. I got you right here on camera. Look, hey, I've got this. Look at this stupid fan right here. There we go. There we go.
Come on, let's
Come on.
your fans.
Yeah. Oh, and down goes Vega. 1, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. Look, I'm gonna get it right here on camera, Fox. He's gonna give up. I'm gonna get it right here. Right here on the very first edition of the Marvelous Cam. Marvelous Cam. Nope. Oh, you gonna give up? You gonna give up?
Ask him.
Not giving. What do you say?
Stupid ref. I told you I've got you. Here we go. There we go. Give it to him, Fox. There we go. Hammer down. It's just a matter of time, folks. I don't hear you idiots now. Vega! Vega! Got it right here, buddy. That really looked like it hurt, Vega. That really looked like it hurt. Yeah, we don't hear those stupid idiots. Look at that. Yeah. What? He wants some more. Oh! You better check on him, Rev. You better check on him. I think he's done. Yeah, we don't hear these idiots anymore. It's because they know. It's because they know.
What are you doing? Stay down. You're as dumb as they stand.
Well, I don't know if he's that dumb. I've got some pretty dumb idiots over here.
Mike Andrews, it seems as though he has to attend to his best friend in Leo Fox.
Well, you can see the demeanor in Mike Andrews change, especially when Adrian Vega started locking in that sharpshooter. But even while he's trying to, Leo Fox is fighting defiantly against Vega's attempts. He's trying to crawl towards the ropes. He's even trying to fight and use that momentum in his legs, and he got the rope.
Yeah, Vega, he couldn't sit any further into that sharpshooter without Leo Fox trying to drag him over to that bottom rope. But think about all the damage that could be done to the cervical cord, to the spine, to the legs of Leo Fox, all of the lower body and the extremities being targeted by that sharpshooter.
Oh, absolutely, Walker. You don't know what what damage Vega could have done. You don't always get to see it. Oh, and look at that weasel. Mike Andrews pulls Leo Fox out of the way. He knew Vega had him.
Leo Fox with the spear. This match might be over.
Yes! Yes, Vega, come on! This crowd is trying to get behind you. You can do it!
And for the first time in this matchup, we are starting to see doubt creep across the face of Leo Fox, and it seems like he's calling for something from Mike Andrews.
And once again, Andrews is trying to take that cane of his and interfere in the match. What a disgusting display from that man.
The Army veteran calling for the reinforcements in marvelous Mike Andrews.
That's a cowardly thing. I bet Leo Fox would be dishonorably discharged. And
wait a minute,
whoa.
Vega with the roll-up. This match is over.
Whoa, that is a surprising win.
And Vega, Leo Fox trying to put a stop to this one.
What sore losers are these two? Very, very sore losers. Vega clearly had the match won, and Mike Andrews, that weasel of a human being, just used a distraction of himself so Leo Fox could choke out Vega.
I have a lot of respect for Leo Fox for what he's done, not only for professional wrestling, for our country, for everything in between, but the facts are the facts. This match had already ended, and Leo Fox did not end his attack on Vega, and it's still happening.
This isn't war now, Walker. This is turning into more of a personal issue, a blood rivalry between these two. You would have to argue that someone with this kind of military background is just spitting in the face of all of that training and legacy of our armed forces and turning into this monster.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a moment here tonight that we have witnessed. Who knows what's in store next for lethal Leo Fox.
There is one thing I can tell you, Walker. These men are now 1-1 against each other. This issue is far from over.
Ladies and gentlemen, turning our attention to our next matchup. I am very excited to announce this. We're going to be having some 6-man tag team competition. And that will be coming up next on UWO. six-man tag team competition, and that is what is coming up right now as Father Patch, Christian Temple, and the elegant Jason Simon make their way down the ringside here tonight.
Well, it's interesting for me, Walker. I know Christian Temple from a lot of different Kansas promotions, and the Christian Temple I see here in Oklahoma is a completely different man from the one I've seen in Kansas. This man is wearing all kinds of feather boas. This guy's wearing a white cowboy hat, and he's teaming up with Father Padge. Who am I even looking at? This is not the former PCW Tornado Alley champion that I know.
Something about crossing that Oklahoma-Kansas border that can change a man, Darren. You know that just as well as anyone. And Christian Temple must have fallen prey to that. But they have 3 competitors that they're going to be facing off against as we get set for 6-man tag team action.
Like a baby face, I'm gonna try my hardest.
Montego Sika, Kilbane, and Mr. Mid-South. This is an incredibly, how do I say, eclectic group of individuals.
Well,
I can't confirm their motivations, I can't confirm their methodations. But one thing's for certain, I've seen all 6 of these men in singles competition, and every single time it was always enthralling, it was always a hell of a time. But now, we have a whole new beast in the tag team rules.
oh, for sure. I know Kilbane from a lot of his stuff in Kansas, and I know that this man has been one dominant champion in Kansas. He might not be associated with the promotion I know, but I've heard stories about this man. And if I were Christian Temple, Father Padge, and Chris the Elegant, I'd run out of this state right now. Seems like this Kilbane guy is nice. He gave me his jacket.
I don't know if that's exactly the way he meant to throw that over, but hey, it happens.
Yeah. Maybe I'm naive. Who knows? Looks like Kilbane's team is imploding before the bells even rang.
Starts off Father Patch and Mr. Mid-South going to blows. As of recent, Mr. Mid-South made his Unified Wrestling Oklahoma debut, picking up a phenomenal victory over Frankie Lee.
It was looking like he was getting some steam, but Father Patch just took the wind straight out of him.
Off the ropes, sending him is Mr. Mid-South. Going for the tilt-a-whirl head scissors, and Father Patch getting sent down hard.
Oh, definitely. Patch is already taken down with a drop kick. 1, 2.
We talked about the legend that is Kilbane all throughout the state of Kansas. I have it on good authority. Current American Wrestling Revolution television champion is Kilbane. I was right there in living color in Hoisington, Kansas when he won said championship. And it was a dominant affair. It was my first time ever seeing Kilbane in the squared circle. And I can tell you for certainty, that is a man you want to be afraid of, just like Father Patch is.
Oh, yeah. And while I joked he seemed like a nice man, I will tell you one thing. When I met him at the Cotillion at one of the Wrestling Revolution events, the look in that man's eyes struck fear of God in my heart.
You're going to talk about the fear of God. You're going to be talking about the Dark Redeemer, Father Patch.
I don't know if he'd scare me, but let me tell you what, he's looking pretty impressive tonight. He's taken Mr. Mid-South straight to town. He's put him down more effectively than most.
Mid-South, look at this. Oh, up and down, spine on the pine, double A style. And I'm not talking batteries, Darren. What a move.
Yes, that was pretty impressive by Father Patch. I will give the father some really good feedback here. I can't find my words right now because it scared me just how much intensity he had shifting the momentum of Mr. Mid-South and slamming him down with that intense spine buster.
It is Jason go for the cover, only a 2 count there. Sporting some new athletic wear is the elegant Jason Simon. He's elevating the game in elegancy. You have to appreciate something like that.
I'm sure people like Tommy Hilfiger and all those other designers out there would sign this man. He has a sense of style here, Walker.
Mr. Mid-South trying to go for it, ducking underneath though.
Oh, and the onslaught from Father Patch has weakened Mr. Mid-South. It's allowing Chris the Elegant to take the fight on more. He's definitely gained control.
Out of the corner, big splash there from Mr. Mid-South. This man will move at 1,000,000 miles a minute.
It looks like I spoke too soon. It looks like Mr. Mid-South found a second gear in this match already.
And now the OG of Oklahoma, Montego Sika, makes his way into the ring. We've seen this man defend many a championship here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
I've got to say, Walker, those are the most intense chops I've ever seen come from a professional wrestler.
Tigo going for the cover here. A little bit of showboating here from Tigo.
It's very rare, I'm sure, that Tigo showboats here, but he's definitely taking it very seriously with Chris the Elegant.
And Kilbane now for the first time making his way into this matchup. He is a dominant force. You know, there's something that some people refer to as the bar test. You sit down at a bar with a person and you look across at them, and if that person strikes fear into you, then you know that's not a man you want to mess with. Kilbane fits that to a T.
Well, let me tell you this, Walker, I would not want to share a drink with Kilbane. Kilbane's the kind of man that if you even breathe the wrong way, he'd probably rip your head off and send it up to the moon.
South now out of the corner, splash to Jason Simon.
It's pretty impressive watching these three individuals tag with one another, especially since I don't know if any of them have a lot of tag team experience. They act like they've been a unit for years.
And now Kilbane whipping Temple off the ropes. Big boot down to Christian Temple.
Oh, and Temple is feeling the effects. He is convulsing right on that mat. But he tries to pull himself back up, but luckily clips the knee of Kilbane.
You know, we have the father in Father Patch. We have the son in Jason Simon. We very well may have the Holy Spirit in the middle of the ring with Christian Temple right now.
That is a very good assessment. From what I know of Christian Temple, he is one excellent tag team wrestler. Former KWA tag team champions with his Rebel Hearts tag team partner, the massive legend Justin Gray. He is someone that you can't underestimate in this match. He could take any opportunity to shift the momentum here with all the experience in tag team action he has.
Mention that, but here in the state, Empire Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions as well have been Justin Gray and Christian Temple, incredible tag team wrestler.
Yes, very legendary tag team wrestler in all of the Midwest.
Of course, we have great tag team specialists all across the ring here tonight. The man in the ring with Temple here tonight, Kilbane, former world-class pro wrestling tag team champion alongside Mr. Nasty. Montego Sika has won many a tag team championship with his former partner, Jermaine Johnson. There is a lot of tag team execution happening right now.
Very much so. Kilbane's wincing in pain right now. Christian is taking the opportunity to reach out to the father's hands and get that leverage and trying to make sure that Kilbane cannot get back up to his feet.
Trying to feel the spirit of the Dark Redeemer, that's for certain. Kilbane finds a way to create a little bit of separation, and Temple's right back on the attack, and that's great veteran status that Christian Temple has.
Yes, he has a very good presence. even though he knows that Kilbane has the power, he has not let up on the onslaught of that submission. He's cinching in that single leaf Boston crab right into Kilbane's knee. He is capitalizing on all the submission damage he's done to Colt.
Now Kilbane shooting off with a clothesline. Both men are down.
I think a lucky fan's walking home with Christian Temple's head tonight.
Now wait a minute. I want to address what's happening here at ringside. MLP is just taking Jason Simon off the apron. Of course, we know all about the First to 50 series, which MLP and Jason Simon have been embroiled in for the better part of a year.
Yeah, but
Mr. Mid-South taken out, and the cloud cutter for Montego Sika. 1, 2, 3.
whoa, that was quick action. Tiga gets the win.
And the difference maker here tonight, none other than MLP.
I don't know what his business with Chris the Elegant was, but let me put it to you this way. Without his help, Tiga wouldn't have pulled off the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a matchup, what a moment here. Montego Sika, Mr. Mid-South, and returning Kilbane.
Well, I've got to say, this is the most personality I've seen out of Kilbane. It was a very unique, very interesting celebration he had with the bandana of Christian Temple.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we are getting ready, getting set for our semi-main event of the evening. The RDW Brass Knuckles Championship is going to be on the line as Red James defends against the man who has been stalking him along the way, haunting this man, torturing this man for the better part of the past couple of months. And that man remains to be seen.
Well, whoever it is.
Like a real infomercial, we're not done. We're close to being done, but we're not done yet. Are you ready for your next contest? Let's keep this going then. This next contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's for the RDW Brass Championship.
Walker James, or Walker Stewart, I'm all excited right now. This man right here is the most social wrestler on the planet. This is Red James.
Red James, this man has been making a living. He is the foreman of Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. And as he says, the foreman knows how to get the job done. I don't have any water for you tonight, Red. I'm sorry.
You're absolutely right, Walker. This man gets the job done. He's held 2 championships at once. Not only did he hold that Brass Knuckles championship, but he is a former XWE social media champion.
And I was there on the night where he ended up losing said XWE social media championship to none other than Chance Kerrigan. And that's a man who we know Red James has had many a problem with in the past. But this is a different type of animal than Chance Kerrigan is. This is a being, I don't even know his name. But he has been stalking, he has been following Red James around.
Walker, it's not even Halloween. Look at this nerd. This man is dressed up in a mask and a hood. What kind of wrestler does that anymore? especially when you're stepping in the ring with a man like the foreman, Red James. This man will single-handedly dismember this unknown stalker.
Well, unknown no longer. Our ring announcer Chris Taylor said it himself. This man is known as the Black Scorpion.
Ooh, the Black Scorpion, so scary. Look how scared Red James is. Red James is ready. He's just saying, get your butt in here. I'm ready to fight. You need to stop touching Red James's belt, Black Scorpion. That is not your championship belt.
Now, the fact of the matter is, we do not know the identity of this Black Scorpion, where he came from, who he is, what he stands for. But he has certainly taken an issue with Red James, and I can't exactly express why. I mean, I can't pretend that Red James has been the friend of the people around here in Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. But this is a different being. We've never seen anything like the Black Scorpion before.
Well, that may be the case. He might be some kind of unknown challenger, but let me tell you something. When I met Red James at XWE in February, this man has a lot of focus, a lot of determination. He doesn't need friends here.
Look at the way the Black Scorpion methodically moves around the ring. He's going to want to keep things at his own pace here tonight. And usually Red James, he likes to keep things at a slower pace himself. I think Red James is going to have to outpace the Black Scorpion to try and throw him off his game. Now a side headlock applied by Red James, currently the foreman. This is an RDW Brass Knuckles Championship match. The championship is on the line. The only way to win is via pinfall or submission inside the squared circle.
And he's already getting the job done. He's taken the Black Scorpion down off of his feet, Walker. You can't argue results here. Red James is just a different beast, man.
We're getting physical now in the ring. Irish whip off the ropes, hip toss from the Black Scorpion.
Ah, that's nothing. See, Red James is back on his feet. This man is the future of professional wrestling, Walker. Give Red some respect.
I have a lot of respect for what Red James has done, of course. Two-time RDW Brass Knuckles champion.
Oh, for sure. This Brass Knuckles Championship is not leaving the waist of Red James tonight. Mark my words, Walker.
Seems like Red James is going to have to re-strategize, re-game plan here if he wants to take it to the Black Scorpion.
He's not re-strategizing, he's confident. He knows what he's going to do to the Black Scorpion. I'm sure right now, Red James is planning his next meme, trying to make fun of this loser, trying to celebrate Halloween on a May night here in Oklahoma.
The Black Scorpion is giving chase to Red James. We've seen the strategy out of the foreman here before, trying to goad his opponent to the outside now.
It's a very smart move. There's a lot of different opportunities that Red James can seize, Walker. Not only can he throw this fat rejected spawn into the tables, he could sit him into a light fixture, he could drive his head into the steel. That's what kind of a man Red James is. He takes opportunities, Walker. That's a great job, Red. Use that cameraman as a human shield. Ha! He's already starting to beat down the Black Scorpion. He's taking advantage of him, Walker.
You're right about that. He is, but Black Scorpion with a chop right across the chest.
That chop had nothing. I mean, Ricky Wingrave had better chops. Tigo had better chops. This man can't do it against the foreman.
Scorpion and these chops on chops here. But I still can't get over this, the identity of this strange being. Who are we dealing with here? What kind of force is the Black Scorpion?
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Walker. He better have brought his ID, put it in his pants, because once Red James has taken his hat off and retained his Brass Knuckles championship here, his family members are going to want to identify him after Red's done.
You hear our fans here tonight at UWO saying Red's a little scaredy cat.
Red is not scared. Red is taking the moment to educate our young UWO fans that he is going to get the job done.
See, he's found a new water person. You know, I know you're new around here, Darren, but typically Red James considered me his water boy. That's why he asked me for water earlier.
Well, why didn't you get him his water, man?
I didn't have any water. I finished it off.
Maybe you should have asked the Dark Father to make some up here. I don't know. Be resourceful. Be like Red James.
Definitely a man who knows how to use his resources.
Definitely.
And speaking of resources, this RDW Brass Knuckles Championship match. I don't have any water. I don't have any water. And Red James says he needs water, but he's not going to be finding it anywhere over here.
Maybe one of the lucky fans will give Red some water.
I mean, I see plenty of bottles of these cables here, which, by the way, front row seating here at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Don't forget to come on out to our next event in Tuttle, Oklahoma. That's going to be an exciting one. More details on that, Facebook.com/Unified Wrestling Oklahoma.
Well, those fans in Tuttle, they're going to be in for a treat if Red James is there. Still, your Brass Knuckles champion. Red James is just taking this opportunity, getting some more energy in him. He wants to make sure he's in peak condition, Walker. What is this masked hooligan doing?
Black Scorpion with the rope hum DDT into the cover. 2, 3, and that's it.
What?
And the Black Scorpion is defeated, and he's the new RDW Brass Knuckles champion.
What the heck? Somebody tell.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest, and new RDW Brass Knuckles champion, Black Scorpion.
And the Black Scorpion is the new RDW Brass Knuckles champion, but I just don't understand. Red James' dominant reign as Red Dirt Wrestling Brass Knuckles champion has come to an end. But at what cost? Wait a minute.
That's still his title, whether referee Candace wants to recognize or not. That was the fastest 3 count I've ever seen with my 2 eyes.
And Red James is attacking the Black Scorpion now. He's our new RDW Brass Knuckles champion. This is... Where are our officials? What is going on here?
I don't know, but he is driving the skull into that mat. Just like I said, he's here to get the job done, and boom!
And a curb stomp right onto the Brass Knuckles Championship.
Like I said, he squashed the Scorpion tonight.
Wait a minute, are we about to... That's Rockin' Ronnie Morton. Rockin' Ronnie Morton was the Black Scorpion all along, and Drake Gallows with the Death Press. The Urban Legend's in the building. The Urban Legend is in the house.
This is complete disrespect by the Urban Legend. I can't believe that he got in the middle of Red's business with Rockin' Ronnie. This is no place for Drake Gallows to be right now.
What a power bomb and what a moment.
The blatant disrespect to Red James. I can't believe that the official would allow this. No, you do not get to use that steel chair. Put that down. Someone call the athletic commission. Get some cops in here. We need to save Red James before he is hurt.
Drake Gallows and Red James, they've had their issues over the course of the past year. Oh my God!
Someone call the cops. I could hear his back being broken right there. That man should be locked up right now, Walker.
You can see the welts already forming on the back of Red James. And the last time we were in this building, Darren, just months ago, Red James put Drake Gallows on the injured reserve. He attacked, he broke the ankle of the urban legend months ago. And Drake Gallows is back.
Yes, Drake Gallows is back, and he's demolishing the man, the myth, the legend, Red James. I cannot believe, I don't care, even if Red injured Drake. This shouldn't be an eye for an eye, Walker. That makes the whole world blind. Red James makes this company money.
Drake Gallows might be set to end the career of the Foreman if someone does not do something about this.
Somebody send out some officials. Have wrestlers break this up. This is a national travesty. Red James is the most entertaining wrestler on all of social media today. If Drake hurts him to where he can't post, man, there's gonna be millions of broken-hearted fans out there, Walker.
This is exactly the position which Red James left Drake Gallows lying in just months ago.
You better hope, Drake, that Red James does not have a lawyer, because if Red James has a lawyer, you're gonna be sued until kingdom come, Drake.
He's gonna Pillmanize him, Darren. This is incredible.
Don't do it, Drake. You have kids. Think of your family. Don't do this. Red doesn't deserve it.
You said it was an eye for an eye. Drake Gallows has been waiting for this moment for the better part of half the year.
No, don't do it, Drake! I can't believe what I'm witnessing. Somebody call in the medics. Red James needs help, everybody. We need to save this man.
Darren, I think I can say with full certainty it's going to be a long time before Red James is back in the squared circle to vie for that RDW Brass Knuckles Championship once again. But it seems as though our new Brass Knuckles champion for a second time in his career, Rockin' Roddy Morton.
I still can't believe what I'm witnessing. Some old retired hack, some old hack has Red's belt. I don't care what anybody says, that's still Red James's belt.
What a match, what a moment, and what a war.
What a national travesty.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're about to move on to our main event of the evening. The UWO Championship is going to be on the line as the Oklahoma Strangler, Christopher Morrison, competes against and defends against the debuting Mullet Daddy, Johnny Cove. Darren, I gotta tell you, as a California native myself, I happen to take a large liking to the likes of the Mullet Daddy, Johnny Cove. This is a man with a lot of energy, a lot of fire, and he has a fantastic opportunity making his UWO debut here tonight at UWO Parade of Champions in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and he's doing so in a match for the UWO Heavyweight Championship.
Walker, while we may have disagreed last match, you and I have a huge agreement. I've watched Johnny Cove compete on the Kansas wrestling scene at Prairie Championship Wrestling at UUCW. This man has it.
Oklahoma Strangler Christopher Morrison makes his way down to ringside here tonight. We have really seen a revitalized career for Christopher Morrison as of recent. Things are already going to start to be coming to blows. But before we get started, I want to introduce right now, joining us as a guest commentator for the evening, tonight's special main event, it is Marvelous Mike Andrews.
Right, and I gotta say, that's the best intro that I've ever heard you give me before. I'm not actually that impressed with that. Guys, let me just get right down to it before this bell gets even thrown. You both know why I'm out here. You saw what happened earlier tonight. Derrick James has now got a title shot anytime he wants it. That belt right there, that's a beautiful belt, isn't it?
Definitely is a beautiful belt. I gotta tell you, it looked very good around the waist of Johnny Cove.
It would.
I think it would look even better around the waist of Derrick James. Honestly, I don't care who wins this match. I don't care who wins this match at all. I've got Derrick James on speed dial, as I'm sure both of you know already. Let's just see how this match plays out. Let me remind you, that title shot is any time that I want it. I'm sorry, any time that Derrick wants it. Not that I want it.
Well, we know you want it. You want to put it over that weaselly shoulder of yours. Claim that you're the greatest manager of the world, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if you know who I am because I've never seen your stupid face until tonight. But do I need to count my titles that I have under Marvelous Incorporated for this guy? I don't know if there's room on my shoulders for another belt. Right, as far as I'm concerned, that is Derrick James' championship whenever we make that call.
Mike, I've heard these kinds of things from many a wrestling manager from across the state of Kansas. You're all a bunch of hot air. The fact of the matter is, Johnny Cove has got one of the biggest hearts in professional wrestling. And I'm not talking about hearts like yours that are big and bloated and full of cholesterol. Johnny Cove is the kind of man
Continue.
has a lot of heart and soul and will fight until the end.
The end of what?
Until the end of the match, he's gonna win it, man.
Okay, so is it my turn to give you my rebuttal?
You can rebut.
All right, first of all, it looks like you got about 200 pounds on me there, buddy. And then second of all, like, you're from Kansas? That explains the smell.
Gentlemen, we have a match going on right here. The UWO Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line here tonight. And of course, Christopher Morrison, he's been undergoing a very dominant reign, so to speak. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Yeah, I would totally agree. That death match, I sat in the crowd and watched that death match last night. I couldn't believe he went to the lengths that he did to keep that title against Sam Savage. But I tell you what, you better be glad we didn't have that title shot that night.
I'll say this, man. If you are confident in his dominant reign, why do you think that Derrick James has a chance against him?
This guy just doesn't pay attention. Walker, you're usually the one guy that annoys me more than anyone. But would you say this guy's name Dexter? Did you say this guy's name was Dexter? He looks like the kid from Dexter's Laboratory, that's for sure. The reason why, here, do I need to say it louder so you can hear me? The reason why is because that title shot is anytime, anywhere. So your boy Johnny can wear him out. He can get a quick roll-up, gas, breathing heavy, and then Derrick James is using his.
And then what happens when our UWO champion dismantles him, takes advantage of your client. Even if your client still weasels out, Ricky Wingrave can sit in the wings too, bud.
Is that dude that wears the dress?
It's a kill, Mike.
It's a kill. Be respectful to
it's
cultures. This is 2023.
It's a skirt.
It's a kilt.
Gentlemen, we have a match going on in the middle of the ring now. The UWO Championship on the line. Johnny Cove somehow finding a way to stay within the good grappling graces, if you will, against the Oklahoma Strangler, a man who is known as a hell of a grappler himself.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The Mullet Daddy is one heck of a grappler himself. Even though that the Strangler himself has a lot of strength behind it, Johnny Cove will go toe-to-toe with the Strangler.
Definitely will, and he definitely is laying the shots in right now. Christopher Morrison, look at this. What's he looking for here? O'Connor rolling through. We might have a new champion right here. No, he didn't have both shoulders down, and he's well aware. Back on the attack with the drop kick.
That's the flash in the pan.
Cover here, hook in the leg.
Johnny Cove is just moving at the speed of light. This man, you cannot stop him once he's got that momentum going. He can fly corner to corner, 100 miles an hour. Not even a speeding Oklahoma train can stop this man.
Mike, I gotta ask you, Derrick James and Christopher Morrison, they've gone to war time and time again in the past. But what if Johnny Cove does what some might consider to be impossible, especially after maneuvers such as that one? What if he manages to walk away with the championship?
Listen, Walker, you know me probably better than anyone else in this state. When you started doing this, who was your partner?
It was you.
So who do you think in this state scouts talent better than me? Who's had more time to have their eyes? You don't think that I know how to beat every single person in this state? I know everyone's weakness. I know all their strengths. And I know how to take every one of them down. That's why the smart ones sign with Marvelous Incorporated.
Blah, blah, blah. Talk about Derrick all the time. Focus on the action in the ring. Johnny Cove is being dismantled by the Strangler right now.
Christopher Morrison, the Oklahoma Strangler. That is not just a moniker, it is a promise, says Morrison. Go for the chop. Cove hits with a chop of his own.
That was pretty intense chop there from Cove.
Definitely a man with heavy hands, knows how to lay him down. Rosita style all the way from California is the Mullet Daddy.
I can't believe it. Johnny Cove has made Christopher Morrison scream out in pain. I think that is an accomplishment in and of itself, Walker.
What about that one? Chris Morrison, of course, that catch-can style. A style which I happen to know that your client, Derrick James, Mike, happens to be very familiar with, very fluent in that style.
Very fluent. I think you meant to say the best in the state. The best technical wrestler in the state, Derrick James.
Well, if he was the best technical wrestler, he would be the UWO champion this second, man. I don't care if he has any time, any
You got a
place.
stopwatch over there? You better set it. Let me tell you right now what makes me more mad than anything about these two competitors. Neither one of them even look like each other. I mean, look at that mullet on Johnny Cove. Are you kidding me? What kind of a champion wears that kind of hairstyle?
Somebody who has a lot of fashion sense. You might think it's out of style, but the 80s are coming back, Mike.
The 80s are coming back. Man, you must be looking forward to that.
I am. I was born in 1986, Mike.
Amen. You were reborn in 1986. I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, you weren't born till after 66, brother.
Whatever you want to say. Just look at what the Strangler's doing to Johnny Cove in this ring.
This crowd is going crazy here tonight for the Mullet Daddy. I'm going crazy for Johnny Cove.
I am too, man. And let's just say these two do not have love lost. They've been talking a lot, hyping this matchup. And let me tell you, they're giving the UWO fans the match of the night.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you on that one. Derrick James overcoming the odds and winning that title shot.
Johnny Cove with the drop kick from the heavens.
Air Johnny took the Strangler off his feet. He is crawling over there like it means the world.
That mullet consommé, the cover now hooking the inner leg.
Oh.
Catching her clippers.
You have to think that if Johnny Cove could have managed to hook that outer leg and redistribute the weight onto the chest of Christopher Morrison, we could have seen a different result than we see right now.
He's going for the crane kick. No.
Caught it is Chris Morrison. Clothesline from Morrison, taking him down hard.
Johnny Faith isn't Daniel LaRusso, let me tell you that.
Man, he took off Johnny Cove's head with that shot, guys. If I was his ref, I would look at Johnny Cove and realize, I don't know if he can stand up to this guy.
At a certain point, you do have to think about the longevity of your career. You're right about that, Mike.
And I'll give you some points there, Mike. I've seen Johnny Cove be cross-eyed a couple times in this match. It pains me to say it, man. I'm choking up trying to say it to you, man.
Who the hell is Dexter to give me any kind of points? Put your cup of coffee down and shut the hell up.
I don't drink coffee. What the heck are you watching?
Morrison with the penalty kick. That one would have won you the World Cup. The cover here. Look at the outer leg. No!
That wasn't enough to put down Johnny Cove. Johnny Cove shaking it off. He is trying to fight back out of Christopher Morris's strength right now. Oh!
It is a back and forth war between Johnny Cove and Christopher Morrison. At a certain point, this matchup is going to become a stamina game.
Most definitely, Walker. And it's looking, go ahead.
If it comes down to stamina, as much as I hate to admit it, you got to give it to Johnny Cove. He just looks like he's in better shape. Better to stand and to keep going longer than Morrison does.
The only reason you're talking up Johnny Cove right now is you see that Johnny Cove's been through the ringer. You hope he wins so Derrick can come out and seize the opportunity, man. We know it. We see right through you.
It looks to me like both these guys have been through the ringer. We're talking about just Johnny.
It is back and forth. Northern Lights into the bridge. Beautifully applied. And only a 2 count. We could have had a new champion right there.
Inches away from Johnny Cove. He is looking like he's gonna end it right here. He's pulling down those knee pads, Walker. You know what that means.
I've never seen better looking knees in my entire career. Shining wizard from the Mullet Daddy.
He's knocked out the UWO champion. Oh.
I gotta tell you this, I know you're new around here, Darren, so I'll tell you right now, that is not a man that gets knocked out, that is a man that knocks out his opponents. Darren
look at that, there's a tap, there's a tap.
And it's over, heartbreaking loss for the Mullet Daddy.
All right, fellas, I've smelled enough of you guys.
Why don't you go get Derrick Stone? Or why don't you get Derrick James? Sorry, my brain is getting names mixed up. Yeah, that's right. You're afraid. You're afraid of Christopher Morrison, Mike.
Well, it's definitely been a hectic night here at Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. Parade of Champions live from the New Beginnings Gym. Christopher Morrison has had enough. And he is walking away still UWO champion. Meanwhile, I gotta tell you, Johnny Cove, despite the efforts, despite the trials and tribulations, the Mullet Daddy had an impressive showcasing here tonight, Darren, against Morrison.
He did that. He got back to his feet. He almost made it out, but you can see how much power and intensity that Christopher Morrison has. He took the breath right out of Cove and he almost collapsed right in front of all the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a night of action that we have had here live tonight at UWO in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Of course, for Darren Matthews, I am Walker Stewart, and you can catch us live at UWO in Tuttle, Oklahoma. That's coming up very, very soon. Facebook.com/Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, Patreon.com/Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, and YouTube.com/Unified Wrestling Oklahoma. This has been UWO.